Okay, guys, I just wanted to continue talking along. I finished off talking about this reinforcing of branding that should be happening in from your logo itself to the business card to the envelope through to the letterhead to the resume, the um, cover letter, the thank you letter, even the visual components of your portfolio should be the same visual identity as this whole package. Okay, so one thing I just want to address before moving forward is what exactly is due for personal identity. So my suggestion, of course, was this: your stationery being the letterhead, business card, number 10 envelope. That's not asked for in this requirement sheet. I highly recommend doing it. So you would have your business card, your letterhead, your number 10 envelope. Okay, and that's going to show your design elements and your logo, of course. Then you're going to have your resume designed on that your letterhead that you designed. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to create a sample sheet, and a sample sheet is just it's basically your logo. It's just a snapshot of you, the designer. Okay, so it would be your logo, your contact information, and just 5 random pieces, no explanations, just 5 random pieces of your best work. Okay, and you can even call it sample sheet. Okay, and then in that you can include any other promotional items, apparel, or anything that you may have created or are in the process of creating for yourself. Okay, so that would end up round out personal identity. All right, now I just want to show you again some examples. Now we've all seen these templates, guys, and they're done well. Letterhead, there's your envelope, there's your letterhead, front and back of your business card. These templates are done well, okay? But this one's not a template. This is loading so slowly. I'm sorry about this if it's so blurry. But this, I mean, you got to keep something in mind, okay? Does this look awesome, this template right here? Sure, it looks awesome, but it's a template. Any designer can see it from a mile away, all right? And we would know that you used a template and did design this. This, on the other hand, is something that would be, I don't know, did you design it? It sure looks like you designed this page. Food for thought. I've got no problem with this at all. I'm okay with it. I just want you to think about that, what I just said about using templates extensively. Okay? Presentation is, you guys know though, I mean, it is. If you can make this done, if you do this well, by all means, do it, but don't depend on templates, okay? Don't think that the person who's looking at it isn't going to know that it's a template, I guess is what I'm saying. Be aware of that, okay? Okay, so I wanted to talk about this transition now of what we're doing with the background page. So I want to bring your attention to this right here. I'm going to jump back to the classroom, and I'm just going to go to the course home, and I am going to I'm going to watch my beach ball spin around. Course home. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry about this. Okay, I'm going to pause. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry about that. I've just been having horrible internet problems all day. Anyways, where I was back. I wanted to jump back in the classroom, and I wanted to talk about a couple of things about this week's assignment. Okay, and we're talking about a couple of things, and one of the assignments this week is that you want, well, here, let's jump to it right here. So what it's saying is that Well, we just got done looking at that 5-6 week 5-6 portfolio stuff, and then you're going to create the portfolio design. In other words, the need to design an introductory page, the background pages of your portfolio. Now, before you do that, guys, please take a look at, of course, yes, you guessed it, the course home. All of these announcements, every one of these has something to do with the way that your portfolio was set up in terms of using a grid and adhering to a consistency in typography and presentation and page mechanics and a consistency in the grid from page to page, whether it be from the right side to the left side of the spread or the spread as one cohesive layout. So please look at these. There's a bunch of examples. There's a bunch of examples of how to use the grid, how to design your pages consistently using a grid, etc., etc. So before you decide to design your background pages, please take a look at those. Couple of recommendations off the top of my head, which aren't really off the top of my head because they're pretty standard and really solid, highly recommended things for you to think about while you're putting your portfolio pages together, your background pages. Use white. Don't use a color background. It's going to compete with your color choices in your work, and you don't want that. Use white if you really must use a color. I mean, something as neutral as possible, just a very light touch of beige or gray. Do not use color background. Place your type on the same spot on every page, the same location every page. This is going to create a timing, a sort of cadence for the viewer to look at, so they won't have to be jumping around. Remember, we talked about the eye movement in the page. If the eye is jumping around the page, that viewer is probably tense. If the eye is moving slowly but smoothly around the page, that's a more comfortable viewer, and that's what you want in your portfolio. That's why you want your type to be located. You know, your descriptive type that describes the project and the name of it and the specifics that you want to include in your verbiage, that needs to be in the identical spot on every page. If you want to break that, maybe do it once or twice in a different spot, but be consistent with that. Do not allow your type to jump around the page. That's critical, guys. Okay. So take a look at those, and what you'll do is back down to that guy right there. Is what you'll do is you're just gonna give 3 visual comps of your digital portfolio template. Now, the question is going to be, for those of you paying attention, your question is going to be, well, should I include this week's work on the visual comps for my background pages for my portfolio? And the answer is no, you don't have to. You can include this week's work separately, and then we'll just worry about the comps separately, the pages, your background pages. By all means, we'll maybe start placing some images if we get background pages that you really like. Okay, but that's what I recommend. Now, keep in mind, if you're going to, this would be presumably the first thing you're going to turn in for this class. The print book portfolio is not required for the online class. Okay, PDF portfolio is. Therefore, you'll be designing your pages to be looked at one at a time, as opposed to be looked at as spreads, as if we were looking at a book. Okay, that's important consideration too. All right. All right, that's what I have, guys. Now, I would show you examples, but there's far too many, and presumably you guys are knee-deep looking at those anyways, or will be before you start your work. Okay, I'm going to time this announcement. It's Saturday night when I'm making this announcement, but I think I'm going to time this so it opens Sunday early evening, so you can get to work on it. Okay. Any questions? As usual, guys, please feel free to give me a holler at any time. All right. Thank you very much.